Hello, everyone. I am Sarah McNeil. I'm sitting in my office here at the University of Houston. I am so happy that you could join us for our first Hangout on our Web 2.0 Tools MOOC. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself while we're waiting for some viewers to join us. So we'll hope that they will do that pretty soon. In fact, be patient here for a second. And I'm going to make sure they join us. Okay, we hope that this will work for everybody. It's always slow getting started because people have to actually click on the screen over here to join us. So the first part of the Hangout is always a little crazy, but I appreciate your patience. We'll get everybody here in just a minute. So let me tell you, while we're waiting for them, a little bit about myself, and we're going to get started. I'm a faculty member here in the College of Education at the University of Houston, and of course you know that we're here in Houston, Texas. I guess you can tell by my southern accent, which is pretty strong this time of night. For each week of our Hangout, we're going to have, for each week of our course, we're going to have a Hangout. I'm going to try them this week on Thursday evenings, at least evening here in Houston, because it seems like that is the best time for most of the folks in North America and maybe in Europe and Asia. We're going to see. We'll have a little poll and see how that works. So welcome to our Hangout. I'm Sarah McNeil. I teach courses in our graduate program called Learning, Design, and Technology. I'm only one member of this MOOC team. We have a really great team of doctoral students and faculty here at the university. But for tonight, you just get me. Everybody else has gone home. This week, we're going to focus on a tool, a communication tool, that is one of the simplest to use, but has a wide variety of uses in your classroom, from elementary school all the way up through college and even into corporate training. So I'm going to walk you through a tool, this tool called Padlet, and then I'm going to invite you to post on our Padlet wall. And we're even going to look at some Padlets that we've used in this course before. So I hope you'll enjoy tonight. You can use the question and answer window that should be over here on the right side of your screen to ask questions. And at the end of our Hangout, I will try to answer some of them. So I'm going to do a little switching around here, and I'm going to do some screen sharing. So what we'll do is we'll start with a general overview of Padlet. The web address is Padlet, Padlet.com. And then I'll share one of our Padlets, and we will hopefully do some collaboration tonight. So I'm going to switch from looking at me in my office here to looking at the Padlet screen. Okay, so what you should see here in your window is what you will see when you log in to Padlet. Padlet is a free tool, like all of the Web 2.0 tools that we share, but it also has a premium edition. Now, we are really quite happy with the regular, ordinary free edition, but the premium edition does offer some enhancements that you might be interested in. But let's talk a little bit about what you will see when you create a Padlet account and you log into your home screen you see up here on the top. You'll see Home, that's where you are, and then you can click Profile, and that provides any information that you might have about yourself. Now you see that I'm logged in as UH-COE Light Lab. That's the Laboratory for Innovative Technology and Education. That's where we live and work, and I'm not logged in as Sarah McNeil. So any of us who work in the Light Lab log in here and create Padlets and can share what we've done with each other. So if you have a group at your school that wants to work together with one Padlet account, that might be an option for you. But you might consider getting one just for yourself and using that, using your Padlets for your classes. So I'm going back to Home over here, and you see that brings you to your dashboard. Now this logs all the activities that have occurred in the Padlets that I have created, but let's just look at the Padlets right now. So I'm going to click Padlets. Now, the metaphor of a Padlet is a never-ending wall of things that you can post sticky notes to. And on those sticky notes, you can put images, text, links, and videos, and then they're available with almost any internet-ready device. So you can use them on computers and tablets and cell phones, any kind of technology device that is connected to the internet. You can download those Padlets too, but we'll talk about that toward the end. So imagine this wall of your classroom, and you can share that wall with others, and you can even share the links to Padlet and ask others to add to them. You can embed a Padlet on your class website, and it's really, 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 really easy to use. That's why we've decided to focus on Padlet for a communication tool Hangout tonight. So let's think about communication tonight as we use Padlets, and let's look at a Padlet that has already been created. So when we offered our Web 2.0 tools course back in February, we used Padlet for a Hangout, and we created this Padlet that you see here. Oops, sorry. Hold on just one second. Clicked on the wrong one. So this one was just to illustrate how it works, but this Padlet, we brainstormed ideas that you could use, ways that you could use Padlet in your classroom. So all of these people that you see here were students in our Web 2.0 tool course in February, and I shared the Padlet with them in a link, and they created a Padlet account and posted notes here. And you can see this particular format for a Padlet is the grid format. Padlets, when you get a lot of people participating, can get a little hairy in the number of posts, sticky notes that are up on the wall. So for this particular Padlet, I chose the grid organization. And when somebody creates a note on the wall, then it goes automatically into the grid feature. No one had to organize that. And you can see the variety here. On this wall, it's pretty cool. People included pictures, they included text. I asked them to put their name at the top and their content area, grade level, and then to write a little something about how they might use Padlet in their classroom. And you can see the variety here. You can see some of them added pictures. There's a video here, a link to a video that this particular student used with Screencast-O-Matic to explain how to upload a video on Padlet. So that was pretty cool. Now on this particular one, I added a link to a website. And when I click that, it brings up the website, but it doesn't leave Padlet. You can see up here at the top, I'm still in Padlet, but this screen with this particular sticky note is there, and I can actually move through it and look at it here without leaving Padlet. This is a great website because it talks about different ways of using Padlet in your class. Let me highlight a few of those for you right here. I don't know whether you're familiar with the term bell ringer, but when students walk into the classroom, you know they've been out somewhere else, and it's important to have them focus on the content of the class and to recall prior information so you can start building that discussion of content for that day. So a bell ringer activity focuses them on the content, and in this particular use of Padlet, you can ask students to post what they remember from the previous day's lesson. Then the page that's created by those students, the Padlet that's created, will give you a good idea of what still needs to be taught, and also serves as a good place for students to review the content from that previous day. Let me just highlight a few of these, and I'll actually share this link with you too so you can get some ideas here. So the opposite end of your class is what we in the United States call an exit ticket. And you can ask students in the last 10 minutes of class to post on a Padlet wall what they learned today. Somebody, Karen, I think you're from New Zealand, has asked about, is there a way to enlarge your view because you can't see the content clearly in the Hangout? You can enlarge that window if you want to, and if you're using a browser, for example, that allows you to zoom in, you could also do that. I am going to put this link up to the web page called Ways to Use Padlet in the Classroom, and you'll be able to explore that on your own too. So I'm not really trying to show you deep content here. This particular website has 20 ideas for using Padlet, and we're going to actually do the last one tonight. We're going to gather some responses about using Padlet in your classroom. So I'm going to close this particular Padlet note up here and go back to this main page. I don't expect that you can read these, but I will put the link to this up before we leave tonight, and you can explore this too. So let's go over here, and I'm going to create a new Padlet. I'm going to copy this though first, if I can. Copy. And let's go over here and create a new Padlet. So I clicked this little plus sign up here in the top right menu, and I'm going to click Modify Padlet because I want to do some beautifying on the Padlet first. So when I click that, you see I get a much better menu over here. The top one says Basic Information. That gives me the title and the description. So I'm going to title this More Ways to Use Padlet in Your Classroom, because this is the one that we're going to do together. And you see as I'm typing it here, it comes over here and starts appearing on our Padlet. Please suggest ways that you could use Padlet in your classroom. You can see what I'm typing over here, even with the misspellings, appears over here on that side. So I'm going to go back. You see that went off, but this little wheel over here allows you to modify it. Please start by adding your name at the top of your note and information about your grade level. Okay, so you can see how that works, except I need to add note correctly. Yes, and Karen, I'm assuming that you can see some of that. I hope you can. The wallpaper part allows you to change the background, and then I'm just going to leave it at this nice parchment paper. The layout, I want grid. You can have freeform, but sometimes they overlap. It's a little bit chaotic when you have more than, say, 5 or 6 people. A stream places them in a line, one above each other, but I really like the grid. Then under that, there is a link choice for privacy, and I'm going to add a hidden link here. It's hidden from Google and the public areas of Padlet, but I'm going to share that link with you. So this is a little bit of privacy, but if someone gave that link to someone else, then there's really no privacy there. So you may want private for your students, or you may want password protected. And then you see there's also can view, can write, can edit, moderate, etc. So I'm going to leave that, whoops, I'm back here on privacy. I'm going to leave that as a hidden link. And you can also, if you're a teacher and you have students who might do some things that you wouldn't approve of on your Padlet, you can click this and you can moderate. I'm not going to do that today. And then I'll click Submit. You can get notifications if you want to be notified. And then here's our current address. I'm going to say this is going to be May 2015. And when I pick this, then it shows that eventually here, yes, up here, this is our, I'm going to copy that. This is the address of our Padlet. So I'm going to run back over here for just a second. Excuse me, it makes a little mess on the screen, but be patient here, and I'm going to put our Padlet link is and paste it here. This is in our Google Hangout page. I'm going to share that. Okay, looks a little messy, you may have to copy that. Sorry about that, but, and in fact, let me copy that and I'll put it here. I'm going to add I'm going to add a image here. Okay, so I double clicked on the screen for Padlet and I'm going to paste the link here. This is our Padlet address. And so if you want to, while we're working here in the last few minutes of the demonstration, you can go to padlet.com, sign up for an account, and then put in this link, Padlet, PADLET.com/UHCOELITELAB/May 2015, and you can participate in the Padlet here too. It would be great. Okay, thanks, Karen. I'm sorry that I couldn't enlarge it anymore for you, so I hope that you're getting, and everybody who's participating, I hope that you're getting something out of this. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to leave that for just a second. And I tell you what, let me do this. This will be better. I just thought of this, so hold that thought for a second. I'm going to move a Word document here, and I'm going to put this address big here. I'm thinking that you can see that address much better now on your screen. That's the address of our collaborative Padlet that I'd like you to use. And I'll leave that up here in the bottom for just a little bit. And you can see the Padlet back here. That's the address of the Padlet that I'd like you to participate in. You can do it now, or you can do it anytime in the next 4 weeks of the course. Let's talk about how you might add a picture or a video to your note. I'm going to switch back here to Padlet. I'm on Padlet. It's live. It's stored on the cloud. You don't have to worry about downloading it or anything else. I'm going to double click and create a new one, and you see it pops into the grid too. So I'm going to say 20 useful ways to use Padlet in class now. And these are short ways. And I'm going to copy this URL from the website. Just highlight it, copy. And then down here, I hope that you can see there's 3 links here at the bottom of your note. This one, the first one, it says paste the URL of an image or a video, and I'm going to add that link. You see, I didn't have to add the picture. It took a screenshot of the Ditch That Textbook website. And then I'll just type, this website has some great ideas about using Padlet. And there we go. Then if I want to put an image up, I'll just put up one for the University of Houston. I'll go over here and I'll go to the UH page. And let me do a search for Shasta. She's our cougar mascot. And there it is. This is our real mascot at the Houston Zoo. And I'm going to save this image. That's little Shasta 6. I'll save it to my library. And I'll come back over here to Padlet. And now I will upload a file. And I'll find Shasta here. There we go. And I can upload that picture of Shasta, our little cougar. And eventually it will appear here at the bottom of this note. In fact, let me write, this is our mascot at the University of Houston. She lives, oh, it's a he, sorry. He lives at the Houston Zoo. And let me correct all my misspelling here. So you can see how easy that is. And to add a video, you would do the same thing. You would upload it here, or you could link to a video or an image. You actually don't have to upload it. You don't have to download it and then upload it. You can also take a picture with your webcam. And I'm not going to do that here because you already know what I look like. And you can see when I click and add one and then I don't do anything, how this snaps back. So I hope that some of you will use Padlet in your classroom as a good communication tool. And I hope that you will use one of these Padlets that we've created to get some ideas and also to contribute your ideas. So if I want to go back and see those Padlets from previous activities, I just click over here on Home and then Padlets, and here's my favorite because it has so many good ideas. And I will also post this on our Hangout so you can see it. Now, if I wanted to share this Padlet, I can click here and I can export this Padlet as an image, as a PDF file, as an Excel file. I can subscribe to the Padlet and get updates when new notes appear. I can email this Padlet to someone. I can print this Padlet. If I want to embed this Padlet on a website or a blog, I just copy this and paste it in the blog. I can also create a QR code and it will go right to this Padlet when it's scanned with a QR code reader. And then, of course, I can share it in Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, and Tumblr, and of course, LinkedIn. I can get more information about it. I can get help about it. I can change this Padlet. So I could change the privacy. I can delete it if I'm tired of it, all kinds of things. I can also look at my account and all the different Padlets that I've created. I hope that this webcast, this Hangout, has been interesting for you. And let me just stop screen sharing and you can see me again. I hope that you will continue to explore some of the communication tools that we've suggested. There's 2 things to do for this week in communication tools. That is to post your self-report of the activities that you did this week and take a really short quiz that just ensures that you have looked at the materials. We'll do this next week for week 2 and for the following week in week 3. And then in week 4, you're going to choose a tool and use it in your classroom. Now, some of you by that time may be out of school. I know in the United States, some schools end early. So if you don't get a chance to actually use the tool in your mini action research project, then you could also plan how you're going to use the tool and reflect on what challenges you might have in using that tool. If you can use it, great, but that's not a qualifier. You can reflect on how you might use it as well as actually use it. And then in our final week, you're going to peer review some of your classmates' action research ideas and projects and give them some feedback. So we hope that you'll stick with us throughout the whole course and submit self-reports and quizzes in weeks 1, 2, and 3, and your final project template in week 4, and do your peer reviews in week 5. We're so excited to have you in our MOOC, and we hope that you, as well as everyone enrolled in the course, will learn a lot. We know that we learn a lot in each time that we teach this MOOC, and we're really excited. So please post in the discussion forums, email us, let us know if you have questions or concerns, and we'll be right there to help you and answer those questions. Hi, Laurie. You did have a question about the Texas for being a professor, but I don't quite understand that question. So I'll tell you what, why don't you email me some more detail about that? My email is smcneil@uh.edu, and I'll be glad to correspond with you about the Texas for being a professor. How's that? All right, I'm going to sign off here. I'm going home so I can continue grading. Our semester is ending and I'm way behind on grading. So please let us know if you have questions or concerns, and please share what you think, your ideas, your thoughts about communication tools in the discussion forums this week. Remember, the deadline for all of that comes up pretty soon, so please check the deadline dates on Coursera and be sure that you get those in on time. So thanks a lot. I'm going to stop the broadcast, and we're looking forward to seeing more of you. Bye-bye from Houston.